I don't really know what exactly I want to say, but there's this like idea that's like bouncing in my head, and I can't go to sleep, and I just gotta like talk it out. But it's really easy to think of ourselves a lot more highly than we really ought to, like in such a destructive way. Like, it's easy to fantasize about being someone that's valued or seen a certain way, perhaps seen as a church leader, seen as like a like one of the inside group, like one of the people, one of the like, and you can like really like build yourself up in this way, in such a wrong way, but yet you feel so built up, like you feel high and mighty, and in the end it's really deception. Because if you zoom out just a little bit, like let's say like you want to be one of the cool kids, like there's a lot of churches I've gone to, and like there's some churches that just like it's cool, like they're like trending, like they're more popular, they seem cooler, the aesthetic is dope, like the people are dope, and there's like a clique of like, you know, like the people that do music and stuff, and that's what it looks like from the outside, and really all it is the staff is close and they all love Jesus, but from the outside it's easy to get this like, oh, I want to be one of the inside group, I want to be one of those people, I want to be seen that way, I want to be seen a certain way, and you know, you can get there, like let's say you get there and it makes you feel a certain way, and it's just like you're filling a hole that only continues to get bigger, because once you realize like, wow, yeah, I'm this cool person at this church, but you genuinely zoom out and it's like, yeah, one church out of the 15 churches in my city that are cool, out of the 100 in the state, out of the over 1,000 in the United States, like in this one industry, which is just like a religious sect, like a area, like this religious like branch out of all these other religions. And religion, like outside of religion, you have business and you have all these different things, and then outside of business, so you have like politics. Like there's such a drive in people to be valued and seen a certain way, and we can really get like swept up in this. And for me, like I think what's really like bothering me and helping me at the same time is like realizing this drive to want to be validated, to want to be accepted, to realize where it can lead me to, and realizing that like the drive in itself of wanting to be accepted and validated, there's nothing wrong with that, but like God put that in us for that desire to be fulfilled and completed by Him. It's like He gave us one part of the magnet, one part of the puzzle piece, and He is the other part that like finishes and completes it. But there's all these other things that are like so small and so like not God that you can try to fill it with, but it's almost like poison. It just makes it worse. It makes you want more of what you aren't already getting. It's a difficult concept, but I'm just trying to share how it's clicking in my head. We have this desire to want to be seen, to want to be accepted, and all these things. And I think the deception of the enemy is that you think you have to chase this, you think you have to get it, or you think you have to become something. And the reality, the truth, is that He just loves you. Like He just accepts you. Like He sees you. He's already validated you as His son or daughter. And all your identity stems from that reality. I've really been like toying around with this concept, and like it's one that we really don't learn, I think, a lot in the West. It's very like foreign to us, but it's more natural to the East, especially in like religions like Zen Buddhism and those. Like I love Jesus. I'm 100% a Jesus freak, and so I don't get scared if I like mention another religion or another teaching or a story or parable from a different place than what you're familiar with. But in Zen Buddhism and those, specifically Zen Buddhism, there's this idea of if you are fighting to become something better or to pull away from something that you're not, all you're doing is strengthening the division in yourself between what you want to be and what you feel like you are that you don't want to be. And all you're doing is just creating more and more discord. The proper way to deal with, it's not even deal with, but the proper way of being is seeing something that isn't and realizing it just isn't. Like, it's just not. Not trying to affirm how not it is and trying to stay away from the not and the negative. It's more of like, it's just a not. Like, it's not there. It's not true. It's not real. And you don't fight or hunt this down. You just refuse to allow it to be anything more than a mirage. Like, that idea of it not being anything more than a mirage is like completely transformed me, like, honestly, because I truly believe that so much of our struggles come from deception, come from the enemy lying, and us not being found in truth, finding ourselves in truth. And so I want to give you a practical example because I'm trying to share like a very symbolic, like using symbolic and conceptual words. Trying to fight something in myself that I would say like is the flesh or is from the enemy or is sin. I don't even focus or think about that. Like, it's not even like, if that comes across my screen or comes across my brain or something out of alignment with who God says that I am comes across, I'm just like, oh, how silly, like how that thing just isn't, it's just not me. Like, I really want to like make this, okay, the idea of like getting angry about something, and I'm like, wow, like the thought comes across and I'm like, that thought like doesn't mean anything. Like, it didn't, like, for instance, when people were coming at Jesus, Pharisees were charging Jesus guilty and accusing him, it did not change. He didn't have to fight the accusations. It didn't change who he was. He knew absolutely who he was, and he just was Son of Man. He just was, like, he wasn't trying to fight something to prove that he wasn't that. He just was God's. And if I really think that we can just be God's, like, we can just be his, that's it. Like, and if anything else comes across your screen, you just realize, like, you don't, oh no, and that, oh, I can't, like, Jesus is not like, oh, that's not, and it's just, he just was him. And so if you'll just be you, as in God manifesting in you and living through you, and that's all your sight is on, it's not you who lives, but Christ who lives in you, and that's it. Like, yeah, I'm really trying to share this like concept because I think it's like, I don't know, I think that's the best I can do, honestly, at 2:55 a.m. That's keeping me up. Yeah, I don't know how I went from that earlier idea to this idea, but we're here. So I hope this helps in some way, shape, or form, because it's really helped me. So this could just be yapping, could just be babbling to you guys. I don't know. But for me, it was really helpful. So if one person catches it, like, you're welcome. It's not even me. Just spending time with Jesus. Alright, I love you guys.